Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Ruach Kodash. Double honors to our elders and apostles of great millstone that taught us His truth. Peace, love, and salutations to the hopeful like Akim, teaching and preaching His truth with all righteousness and sincerity. For the Israelites that have prophesied the downfall of Babylon the Great, which is America, as always, we come in the name of the Heavenly Father, which is Yahweh, and His beloved Son, Yahweh Shai. All right, and those names are the names whereby the Israelite man will be saved. That's of the elect. All right, call on the name of the Lord is Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai. All right, and as always, our focal point is prophecy, which the word prophecy means to say before. And in the Bible, there's a list of events that will be happening in the last days or in the latter days, like it says in some verses, where it's going to be an implantable device that gets pushed out. The script's called the mark of the beast, the MOTB. And with it, you'll be able to buy and sell and identify yourself in the system. Now, the infrastructure for the MOTB is already here. The Tap to Pay, the Apple Pay, the Amazon Pay, these different convenient features you can use from your cell phone to purchase things. It's already here. All right, they have
stores already filled with cameras and everything to swipe you.
The Amazon store?
Yeah, Amazon store. Go, Amazon Go.
Amazon Go. Now, before the MOTB, World War III, before World War III, which is another aspect of the prophecies that we push, before that happens, you're going to have that technology gets pushed out. And the energy of war is already going on now. All right, you have Israel pretty much won with everybody. Whether it's the Yemenis, whether it's the Iraq, whether it's Qatar, yeah. Whether it's, Venezuela. The energy of war is in the air. So that effect of that vision, we seeing the effects of that. We seeing the effects of the MOTB. We see upwars of the people. We had in Nepal, we had a lot of insurrection going on, a lot of protests going on.
Outroars on the streets,
yeah. They're saying that the Gen Z was protesting against the corruption from their government. They was taking down social media, wasn't no jobs. And pretty much what you see here in America, the people of Nepal is protesting against. So we believe that in the very near future, that energy is going to be happening here in America. Lord Yahweh Shai spoke about nation against nations and upwards of the people. All right, you see in C-19 trying to make a comeback. They saying cases is increasing and people is getting it. Different outbreaks in the food supply chain. Like we always say, Listeria, certain bacterias. So the effect of these different visions that the men of the Lord seen of old, we see them happening today. You got the prophets out on the highways and the byways chanting down Babylon. All right, you got members of the hopeful elect repenting, converting, worshiping the true power, forsaking their ways to follow after this truth. So we're just going to push the vibration of prophecy, and Lord willing, you be edified.
Ecclesiastes 3:1. To everything there is a season and a time to every purpose under the heaven. And we jump down to verse 8. A time to love and a time to hate. A time of war and a time of peace.
Yeah, so the Lord put these different spirits out here, The Lord put different eras out there in the world. There's a time for war. There's a time for love. It's a time for peace. It's a time for hate, And we're in a time where all these different evils is going to come upon the world. Where you're going to experience the love of many waxing cold. You're going to experience extreme racism, levels that you've never seen before.
Persecution.
You're going to experience persecution. You're going to experience, strange events. different signs in the heavens, from the sun, moon, the stars, chariots.
And you're noticing a rise in unrighteous decrees, bro.
Yeah.
They sound absurd, the shit they bringing out into law, bro.
Yeah.
That shit is absurd, some of this
Yeah,
shit.
you had that House representative where she was a Department of, I think Department of Justice, DOJ, and she was saying how with the recent Charlie Kirk situation and people coming out talking about him and his wife and all this stuff, that you would go down for hate speech. You know?
You think that got expelled? Yeah, what the verse was when he was mocking Charlie Kirk,
Yeah.
and that led to him being expelled from that university. College.
So you no longer have freedom of speech.
TV talk show got pulled off the air, and he
Oh,
got to
Jimmy Kimmel.
to get back on. He got to pay money.
See?
You got to pay some money, and do the public apology.
See, you gotta humiliate yourself.
Yeah,
You
so-
look like a hypocrite in public. You know?
Crazy.
And see, that's one thing about the truth. You can't buy the men of the Lord out. When Daniel was offered, you know, the scarlet, the gold chain about his neck, Daniel said, look, you can get that shit to somebody else. You know, I'm gonna give you the interpretation of the dream, but you can get that to somebody else. You couldn't buy Daniel out.
Yeah.
You know? See, you can't buy the true men of the Lord out. But like the brother was bringing out, the Lord put these seasons out, you know, on the earth. And we're entering into the season where the scriptures call the beginning of sorrows.
God.
Second Edges. This is Second Edges 16, verse 36. Behold, the word of the Lord receive it. Believe not the gods of whom the Lord spake.
Yeah, talking about the false gods. And you got to receive this word, man, because Esau is on a campaign and pushing major psychological operations. You know, a lot of things that challenge these people, core beliefs. You know, a lot of these people believe in civil rights still. They believe in justice and equality.
Democracy and shit.
They believe in equity and what's that one thing?
DEI, diversity.
No,
equity,
not that one. The constitutional rights.
Right, the Constitution.
You know, all those different things are being challenged. You know, like we were saying, people are coming out, speaking their point of view on, you know, the C. Kirk situation.
Right.
And they're getting fired.
No more freedom of speech.
So no more freedom of speech. You know, so as members of the hopeful elect, you got to receive the word. This is the time to believe in this truth, man, because everything that these people thought was right is going to be wrong, man. Everything that these people thought that this system offered them in the form of righteousness is really corruption.
Second Edges 16 and 38. As when a woman with child and I blood bring forth her son.
What you got going on? The world talking shit. I'm up on here getting everybody.
Then 2 or 3 hours of her birth, great pains can pass the womb, which pains when a child coming forth, they slack not a moment.
Yeah, so it's like in this time of trouble to a woman in the process of delivering her child. You know, as she get closer and closer to the baby coming, she starts experiencing these pains and contractions. And, you know, things is in her body is getting ready to get in position to, you know, deliver a child. Aches and pains in the hips, you know, vaginal pain, abdominal pain, cramping. All right, and that's what we're experiencing in the society. But it's in the form of, you know, cost of living is increasing. Wages isn't matching prices going up. People are getting laid off. People are getting furloughed. People getting terminated. We have experience of new technology replacing a lot of workers. Innovation, automation, replacing people's jobs. You know, a lot of these landlords they can't keep up with the cost of running an apartment building, so they just give up and sell it to a major corporation. Corporation comes in, buy the apartment, raise the rent, get everybody out of there, so they can bring the, re-gentrification in. You know, so people's lives are changing here. You know, and it's like labor pains.
Yeah.
And we say it every week. The rants, the IG posts,
Yeah.
the reels.
Yeah.
People are experiencing these pains, man. They're crying out. And it's
Yeah.
gonna go from people making videos, complaining, to going out on the street and actually trying to take matters into their own hands like they're doing in the park.
More extreme forms of expression.
Yeah, yep.
That's what we're looking for.
Yeah, because people are getting to their wits' end, man. It's like, them credit cards can only last for so long.
Yeah.
You know, that EDD eventually runs out. The savings eventually runs out. You know, it's going to end up being a lot of stealing at the grocery stores. A lot of people, people that you wouldn't even imagine to be thieves, like these
Right.
women right here. You see these women,
Yeah,
they
yeah.
act like they upright and all that. Man, there's going to be women just like that in there getting caught
Yeah.
stealing shrimp and shit
Shrimps
like
and
that.
shit, yeah.
You know, stealing matcha tea.
Matthew 24 and verse 12, it says, and because iniquity shall abound,
Now, what is iniquity? Iniquity is sin,
Upon
sin
sin.
compiled sin.
Yeah.
And like we were saying, people gonna start losing it. They're gonna start stealing. People gonna get kicked out of these houses. They gonna start squatting more.
Yeah.
You have women that are professional squatters. They know the laws. They go into a neighborhood, see a house vacant.
Yep.
They go in there and squat in there.
Yeah.
And per the law, depending on what area you in, they have to treat it as if it's an actual eviction
Yep.
case. So they have to go through the courts.
Wait, that's 3 months.
Takes 30 days,
Yeah.
3 months to get the eviction, and they got to go through these motions, and then they just keep repeating the process.
Yeah.
You know?
All they gotta do is pay a bill and put a coat of paint on it, and it's theirs.
Yeah. Or
You
change
know?
the locks.
Yeah. Change the lock.
Yeah, that's what she did.
Yeah.
She, watched the video of a nigga woman. She seen a house that was for sale, and the landlord said, the owner of the property was like, this house is sold already. Like, these people are gonna be moving in soon. And here it is, the bitch that went in there, changed the locks, and she squatted in there. And the sheriff that came out, he was like, unfortunately, we have to go by the law, and we have to go through the courts and all this. And she said she ain't going no damn way.
Man.
So that's, people's going to be doing that. Stealing. Taking over property.
Matthew 24 and verse 12, and because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold.
Yeah, people aren't going to give a fuck. People is going to feel betrayed by the society. I voted for someone that I thought that was going to come in and change this society around, and he didn't do that. He backstabbed us. He betrayed us. So now we're going to take our weapons and we're going to go. Prophecy speak about they shall not regard their kings nor princes.
Right.
In the course of their actions shall stand in their power, and they're going to have swords in their hands.
Yeah.
Going back to 2nd Ezra 16, verse 39. Even so shall not the flames be slack to come upon the earth.
Going back to the prophecies, being likened unto a woman that's in the process of delivering a child. They're not going to be slack. It's going to come a time. See, right now we hear, 1 week is the Charlie Kirk situation.
Yeah.
Then it's like, okay, 1 week we heard, okay, this corporation laid off all these people.
Right.
Another week we didn't heard, C-19 cases is picking up. Then 1 week we heard is the ship containers off those boats that fell off.
Yeah.
It's gonna come a time where it's gonna be all these woes happening back to back to back to back to back. Just like the contractions. When a woman is having a contraction, she may feel 1 in the morning, and then 1 come around 2, and then 1 maybe late night. But eventually, them contractions, they come
They're
closer.
gonna be 4 minutes apart.
Yep, they come 3 to 4 minutes
2
apart.
minutes apart. Yeah.
You know? So eventually it's gonna come a time where it's just gonna be so many things happening at once. You just have nowhere to look, nowhere to go. You confused, you bugged out. You know, these people that's outside the truth, they don't know if they want to go protest, revolt. They don't know if they want to go to the grocery store and panic buy, and, you know, but that's why this knowledge, this wisdom, this understanding is our stability. Because what Esau wants to do is he wants this situation of chaos, chaotic events, psychological operations to where it's like, I don't know what to do, but I know I need to do something right now. You know, he wants people to react, to do something. And that's how the spiritual demon Satan moves. Spiritual demon Satan will hop on you to try to get you to react to something. You know? Have you overthink something, overanalyze something, have you seeing something that's not really happening the way you think it is, but it's your spirits, you know, on you to get you to react and do something. And that's the demon that's on Esau as he's governing the society and wickedness. He's trying to get people to lash out and react so he can film this shit and turn around and say, hey, we need policy. Look, we need this, we need that. Oh, we need the demo TB. You know, we need Palantir. We need global surveillance. We need increased surveillance. We need more police personnel. Solutions. But he wants to get people to react.
2 Corinthians 4:8. We are troubled on every side, yet not distressed. We are perplexed, but not in despair. Like you were saying earlier, these people, they're being troubled on every side. Now we go through the same things as well. The difference between us and the people of this world is the Lord. It's the great deliverance for us. You know, it's the Lord deliver us, and at the same time, simultaneously, He increases our faith through those deliverances. With these people, there's no deliverance. Because they don't got the comfort.
That's what we're gonna say. I was gonna say that they don't have comfort. That's what they don't have, and that's gonna be their biggest problem. That they're not comfortable, and they're gonna make everybody else uncomfortable too.
Because that gives us comfort to know that, you know, how about Messiah will eventually show us divine power by getting us out of a tough situation where it may seem like there's no way out. That's why He's called the Most High from the other side of it. The Most High for the people's name is Yahweh. Because He can, all things are possible when you're out by Exodus 16, verse 38, 39. Even so shall not the plague be slack to come upon the earth, and the world shall mourn, and sorrow shall come upon it on every side.
And that's what, like we were saying, there's gonna come a time in the very near future where everywhere you look, there's sorrow there. The job market, sorrow there. Grocery store, sorrow there. Just the everyday life. Walking outside, you see sorrow, homelessness, tents, you know, crime, evil, you know? And people is gonna yearn. Because ultimately what the Heavenly Father is doing is He's putting the spirits on these Edomites that's in a position of power to push this vibration out in the world. Put demons on people to push a certain vibration out in the world. And while this vibration is being pushed out, Esau is capitalizing on it. You know? Esau was set up to take peace from the earth. He was set up to deceive the whole world. The wine of fornication is set up to corrupt the whole earth.
He's in order.
Yeah, he's doing what he's supposed to do. And we, in this faith, this knowledge and wisdom is going to keep us stable during this time. It's Isaiah 33:6. And wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. Now, that word stability goes back to the Hebrew word amawana, which means faith. You know, the knowledge and the wisdom that we have in this faith that was given unto us as a gift
Yeah.
It's supposed to produce faith, you know, and that faith is going to be what's needed to keep us stable. You know, because understanding the prophecies and these different events that's going to take place in the world, we have an advantage of knowing that, okay, well, the prophecies do say that things is going to increase. It's going to be sorrows on every side. It's going to be a famine. It's going to be a pestilence. Of many is going to wax cold. These Edomites is going to come down with great wrath. It's going to be military personnel.
The days are getting short.
Yep. And in order for us to be delivered in these times is that we would have to have faith and believe that the Lord will get us out of it. It's going back to the title. We're seeing the effect of every vision. It's just that these visions is going to intensify. We said the MOTB infrastructure is here. It's going to evolve. You know, Apple came out. Was it Apple? Yeah, I believe it was Apple. They came out with the glasses. These glasses where you have the smartphone in your glasses, and as you're wearing these glasses, you're able to do everything that you can on the phone. Check messages, be on YouTube. I'm not sure how you're able to select things. I don't know if you press it on the side or your eye and pick up the way your eyes move. But the point is, Esau is moving forward with his biometrics.
Yeah.
You know, we was going into it last week with the wearables. You know, right now it's the Apple Watch,
The wristwatch, yeah.
the Apple Vision Pros,
The
and
Fitbits.
Fitbits, and
Yeah.
the little Oura rings.
Yeah.
You know, eventually they want to put that technology in you.
Then you.
You know?
The AirPods.
AirPods, yep.
And the AirPods are Drake. Dr. Dre was.
Yeah, Drake Beats, yeah. Yeah, so that technology, they want to eventually put it in you.
Second Ezra 16 and verse 40. It says, "O my people, hear my word, make you ready to the battle, and know that we will be even as pilgrims upon the earth."
And the only way you can get ready for this battle is by hearing this word. That's the only way that you can get ready. Because this word tells us everything that these Edomites is going to do. That's why Esau, it speaks about the wicked being revealed.
Yeah.
The wicked being exposed, because the prophecies is what exposed Esau.
Yeah.
You know, if you're watching the camp and they still talking about Esau came out red, so anybody that's red, that's an Edomite. You do err not knowing the scriptures nor the power of the Most High. You got Israelites that look just like Edomites.
Yeah.
You got Israelites that look like Arabs.
Yeah.
You got Israelites that look like Moab and Ammon.
Speckled bird.
So it's not so much of a physical thing. You know, it's a spiritual thing. And we understand through the prophecies that through the spirit, who the Edomites are and what they're doing. You know, and this is how we get ready for the battle. Esau finna be like a madman sparing none. He's already putting National Guards in different cities and weaponizing them. He's already pushing the vibration of, look, you know, when we have these assassinations and stuff, we need to have some type of technology in order to catch these criminals before.
Well, you got to be just as vicious as they are.
Yeah.
That's how they're looking at it.
Esau is sharpening his sword.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, Jake is fanning out over Cardi B new album.
Dance, the new dance and shit.
The new dance, you know, and thinking about Halloween coming up. They're reminiscing about, oh man, I remember in the early 2000s. And look, none of those eras is coming back. We entered into a new era. We're entering into a new time period, man. And this time period that we're entering into now is, if you don't have Yahweh Bashim outside, ultimately, if you wasn't predestinated from the foundation of the world to receive deliverance, you finna be asked out. Especially women.
It's in Ezekiel chapter 21 and verse 11. And it reads, "And he hath given it to be furbished, that it may be handled. The sword is sharpened, and
preparing Esau to come down with wrath, man. See, there's prophecies that Esau had to fulfill.
Yeah.
And these elites know that they Esau, and they know that, look, we have a blessing. We have a blessing to come down upon the earth with wrath.
Yeah.
We have a blessing to cause all, both small, to attempt to cause all.
Yeah.
You know? But we have a blessing to take peace from the earth. Or we have a blessing to corrupt the whole earth. We have that blessing. They know that.
Yeah.
So what they do is they constantly consult on the left-hand side with these demons. They use these mediums. They use these evil practices to get what's needed in order to forward that left-hand side of the Messiah. You know? This truth is deeper than, oh, I need to put my fringes on. Mashiach Yahushua. You know? Oh, the Sabbath is Friday, sundown. This truth is deeper than that.
This is Psalm 17:13. Arise, O Yahweh, disappoint him, cast him down, deliver my soul from the wicked, which is thy sword.
And that's King David praying, man. He was prophesying to these times that, and we knew King David to be a mighty warrior, prophet, psalmist,
Yeah.
man after the Most High heart. And this is the type of prayers he prayed. He prayed for deliverance from the wicked, which is thy soul.
Saw swords being sharpened. You know, he's preparing for battle by sending his troops into these major cities.
Yeah.
You know, the balance the Lord is going to disappoint him.
Yep.
You know, with his elect. Because the Lord's going to grant some of the elect spiritual power to be able to defend themselves against Esau. And sending the angels to help deliver some of them.
Yep.
So that would mean that Esau got some high-tech, high-level weaponry, man. You know, we speak on the things that we do know.
Yep.
You know, he got invisible cloaks. When you put a cloak on, it's invisible. You can't see him.
Yeah.
You know, of course, you got the artificial intelligent robots, the Boston Dynamics robots, and they're perfecting that. You know, even though it still look, you know,
There's no spirit in it.
no spirit in it,
It's
but
still very robotic.
yeah, they're definitely perfecting that, man.
Like, because that's what they're trying to do with AI. They're trying to make a spirit out of AI and put it in everything so it can run on its own.
And you can't do that.
Man.
I seen the robot. They kicked that motherfucker down and it got up instantly.
It looks funny too.
Yeah.
They always pattern their movements based on Jacob too. Here it is, Esau is patterning you Israelite movements, but he gonna use those same robots to hunt you down.
Yeah, because Esau know that Jacob has the top spirit. Why he didn't pattern the behavior traits of these robots after Moab? I thought y'all was the karate and the Muay Thai, which we know those are Jakes.
Yeah, that's
that
all
do that.
Jakes.
But why he didn't pattern it after them? You know, don't y'all allegedly come from Bruce Lee and all that shit? Because Bruce Lee was a Jake, but the point is, Esau, he puts the top spirits, the top vibe. I
Yep.
seen one walking, you know, talking to girls and all that. At the cowboy house.
But they definitely gotta get swag for the damn robots because they too stiff. They definitely gonna get that from Jake. They definitely marking, like, you know, on the Photoshop or whatever the fuck they use. They marking the patterns and the traits of Jake to get them to be smoother. They got to do that.
Second Ezra 16 and verse 18.
here it is, Esdras, which he was a Levite, priest, a prophet, speaking with Uriel, which is one of the angels that stand before Yahweh Bashem and Rashad. And he's seeing these events that's going to be happening in the latter days. He's seeing the chaos, these events that is likened to a woman in travail. And he said, woe is me, woe is me. Who will deliver me in those days? Which he understood that he will come back and he will live in these times. His reincarnation is biblical. But the point is, you had a man of the Lord that experienced the Lord visiting him by way of an angel. And he still asked the question, who gonna help me out? Who gonna help me during this time?
Verse 18, the beginning of sorrows and great mournings.
See, there's a beginning phases of this time of trouble. Which Yahweh spoke about this time in Matthew the 24th chapter, where he was talking about the time of tribulation. He even said beginning of sorrows in chapter 2. But it's the beginning phase to this. You know, of course, we are waiting for, we just wake up and it's just cracking on the news.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, we waiting to just wake up, look at the phone and be like, wow, Esau is causing all, both small and great, rich and poor already.
Yep.
You know, it's a build up to it.
Yep. Rapture.
And we rejoicing in the build up. Yeah, though it tarry, you know, you wait for it, but it will surely come. It will not tarry. It's going to happen. You know, you constantly seeing, you know, reports of war and threats of war and the rumors. You know, it get wearisome. It's like, man, damn, it's like, what's up? Are y'all going to do it or what? Are y'all going, what's up? You know? But it's a build up. You know, eventually it's gonna happen. But, you know, we're in the beginning phases of this sorrow.
Because the Lord had compared the patience of the farmer to having the same patience in the faith. James. So, you know, the farmer has to wait to get good produce. It takes about 7 years for good produce, good apples. So that's a long time. So the farmer has long patience for it. We gotta have the same patience too. You know, the scripture speaks about the heart. Hope deferred maketh the heart sick. So sometimes, you know, when things will happen when we expect it to be a prophecy, everything's on Lord time. And when it doesn't happen that we anticipate it to happen, then sometimes it can make us, you know, mad or vexed. You know, but we understand that everything is at the Lord's time. But they will come to pass.
Everything's for an appointed time.
Right.
And then in the meantime, the Lord will show us, you know, it'll be a full moon. I mean, not a full moon, a solar eclipse. During that process of time, it'll be a solar eclipse, a lunar eclipse.
Right.
You know, brother, have a dream. You know, you'll see these different, you know, signs to basically boost the morale. Not saying that you need to be boosted up, but it's just one of those things where it's like, hey, you know, we in that time, you know.
It's like the Lord is assuring his man to keep the faith through the signs.
Because it's a lot of stuff happening. It's just we have to understand that Esau, he controls what gets put out. You know, it could have been a whole chariot invasion this morning somewhere. Hella chariots, they got the footage up close.
Yeah.
Esau like, fuck no. We not letting this out. No. That'll boost the morale of the Hebrew Israelites if we do that.
Right.
You know? So Esau, you know, he has a way of controlling information.
You know, Esau is a physical counterpart of the spirit demon Satan. So we know the spirit demon Satan likes to throw in doubt.
Yeah.
So his physical counterpart will do the same. So they will try to throw in doubt to try to make us deter from the faith, you know, not really believe in what's written. What's going to come to pass.
Yeah.
So that's why our faith got to be rock solid. you believe that things are happening without us actually seeing it. That's the highest level of faith right there.
Esau wants us to have that spirit of, may the Lord is prophesying the things that are far off. The vision that he seeth is for many days to come. You know, that energy that they was having in Ezekiel. No, we at them times right now.
Normally see bias.
Yeah. Having that energy of everything's going to continue how it's been. That's the spirit that's on these Gentiles. It eventually get better.
Going back to second Ezra 16 in the middle, it says the beginning of famine and great death.
See, it's the beginning to a famine. And what would that look like in these times? Storehouses is, shells are starting to not like have all the things that you used to see. They don't got the top stock no more. You know how you go to a grocery store, they have your water be right here, but then on the top of the aisle, top of the shelf, yeah, you'll see like some extra cases of it. So when it runs out right here, you just grab it and put it. You stop seeing the top stock.
Stop seeing the reserve, yeah.
You hear about reports of the 18-wheelers as they're coming into the neighborhoods, like how they used to. They starting to take it down. I don't know. I'll take it down.
Right.
Pretty sure they got nice bodies under that. They don't. You think they eat this shit? You think they rolling up to Taco Bell and Del Taco? They don't eat that shit, bro. They eat quinoa.
Ghost milk, cream cheese, and all that fly shit, you know what I'm saying? Falcon sprouts and shit.
Lamb with no chemicals in it. They eating good, bro. And they probably in their right mind, too. Because these chemicals, they be fucking bitches' minds up. Yep.
And the power shall stand in fear. The beginning powers are the elites. Because they gonna find out that they, he was Apostle Bar, Apostle Farr said, they're gonna find out that they really not in control. And that's gonna bring fear upon them because this whole time they've been thinking that they've been in control the narrative of things that happens in the earth. Really is Yahweh Shai. And once they realize that, their power is gonna be shaken. Their faith won't be shook.
They're gonna be on. Remember we said one time, where's Satan at? Try to get Satan on the phone.
It says, the beginning of evil, what shall I do? Evil shall come.
And what you should do is to keep the faith. Like you're saying, Habakkuk, the just shall live by faith. I'll get that real quick. That's what you should do. Because just face it, we all been used to, receiving a check. Some brothers, receive their check maybe once a month, twice a month. Every other week, every week. Some bros gotta go out there and hustle and get it. We all grown accustomed to the Babylon way of providing for yourself. But it's gonna come a time where you ain't gonna be able to get it like that. That weekly check or that monthly check or that every bi-weekly check ain't gonna come no more.
Canned goods.
Yep. And you ain't gonna be able to. Oh, let me go run to the store. Yeah, y'all need something? We gonna be able to go to the store and go down that aisle. Oh, let me get this. Oh shit, I need another can. It's gonna come a time you ain't gonna be. That's gonna be old.
Yep.
Then you ain't gonna be able to go down to the pantry, which I've been seeing long lines. That, bro, I be seeing new cars, like
Nice car.
nice newer cars, waiting in line to get their little box.
Yep.
You know.
Crazy.
So it's gonna come a time where you ain't gonna be able to get access to this and that. And in those days, all right, hey, the just is gonna have to live by faith. Let me grab it real quick.
Yeah. Yeah, because hey, that's the biggest motivator of fear is the lack of food.
Yep.
Because Esau knows he can control the populace through what they consume.
The diet, you know.
This is Habakkuk chapter 2. Let's verse 4. I'll start at verse 3. For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it
So, vision represents the prophecies. So every prophecy will be fulfilled at its own set appointed time. And it shall not lie, meaning it's not going to come. It will come to pass.
Yep.
It's not going to go out void.
And though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry.
So tarry meaning prolong or take a long time. So those some prophecies can take a while. You know, they will eventually come. You know, because the Lord is also trying our faith as well to see how long we will wait. You know, to fulfill the prophecy.
Here's the point. Yet also because he transgressed by wine, he is a proud man.
Talking about the Edomites. Wine represent, philosophies, this Western culture. Western culture, nothing but sin and iniquity. Full of corruption, adultery, idolatry, child support.
Child sacrifice.
Child sacrifices. You know we can't say certain words.
Yeah.
Children going missing.
It says, neither keepeth at home who enlarges his desire, as hell is as death and cannot be satisfied.
So we need to keep it at home, meaning in every other country trying to occupy their land. We trying to occupy his own land, which is Petra, which is in ancient world was called Edom.
Sierra.
Mount Seir.
But gathereth unto him all nations and heapeth unto him all people.
And that's the New World Order ultimately. With the MOTP. Because when that becomes mandatory, he's going to heap all people to be joined into that New World Order. To take that seal. That it's going to be global. According to Revelation 3:10.
I actually skipped the main verse I wanted. Verse 4. Behold, his soul which is lifted up is not upright in him, but the just shall live by his faith. Yeah, so while Esau is committing all this sin and iniquity, and he's going about the earth being as death and hell, the just is going to have to live by faith during this time. As we always say, it's easy to say it on the videos and, all that. It's easy to say it when you got something to eat at the house. And gas in the car and so on and so forth, but there's gonna come a time where this is gonna be fulfilled just like the MOTB is gonna get fulfilled. This is gonna be fulfilled just like World War III prophecies and the love of many waxing cold and the bold man standing in great boldness before the face of those that made no account of his labor. The just shall live by faith is going to come to pass just like those prophecies will.
And that's when elect is going to flourish. You know, all to glorify the name of Yahweh Shah. It says in 2nd Ezra, 5th chapter, that you know, it speaks about nobody having faith on earth for
Right.
most times, so except for the elect. But this is what the Lord promised us. Isaiah 65:13. Therefore, thus saith Yahweh Shah, behold, my servant shall eat, but ye shall be hungry.
Man, we ain't right there in a minute. In the service, pursuing the Amos 3 and 7 are the prophets.
It says, behold, my servant shall drink, but ye shall be thirsty. Behold, my servant shall rejoice, but ye shall be ashamed.
And so, when all this chaos and trouble happen, it's going to be two energies out here. It's going to be two vibrations out here. It's going to be the haves and the have-nots. You're going to have those who are going to have what the scripture, what we call the hedge of protection, which is angels encamping around about you to deliver you. And then those who just, they go from one problem to the next problem to the next problem and get destroyed. And during that time, then you'll know who the Lord's chosen.
This is Proverbs 13 and 25. The righteous eateth to the satisfying of the soul, but the belly of the wicked shall want. So that's, you know, it says the righteous eateth to the satisfying of the soul, so the elect, they're going to be eating. They're going to be satisfied. Meaning they're going to get their daily proteins, so to speak. You know, so they be able to sustain themselves in family. And it says, but the belly of the wicked shall want. Want means lack. So they're going to be lacking of food. They're not going to be getting food in bed.
Yep, and on the spiritual side, you know, the righteous is eating right now. We got the word. You know? You got those that's on the outside that's rejecting it. You know? You prophesy things that are far off or they ain't the truth. And best believe they want it. You know? They want some comfort to go to support what they got going on in their life, and they're not getting it. I'm thinking about that nigga Anton Daniels. You reject the truth. So what is your comfort? Is your comfort that America's gonna go back to the glory days, and is your comfort these stocks is gonna hit, and you know what I'm saying? You're just gonna become this millionaire? Esau controls all that shit, bro.
Man.
Yeah, my nose, bro.
This is priest of how you were saying it. That we read in Proverbs 13:25.
Yeah.
The spiritual side to that.
Yes.
And you get the scripture to back that up. Matthew 5 and verse 6. Blessed are they which do hunger and thirst after righteousness, for they shall be filled.
Yeah, so there's an element to this truth where you gotta hunger for it. You gotta want it. You know, if you hungry, you have a spirit on you to want to get something to eat.
Yeah.
Man, like, what we gonna eat? You know, trying to figure it out. Looking in the kitchen, looking in the cabinets. You know, you put energy behind it. You know, and that's how it is with this truth. You know, you can't have that lackadaisical, laid back, settled on your leaves type of energy, thinking you gonna be getting comforted with the truth. You gotta go out there and go get it.
Yep, this is Zephaniah 1 and 12. It shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are set up on their knees.
Now the candles is the prophets. All right, the Lord using the prophets to search Jerusalem. Hey, you know who's a good example of that? Elder Manatazakba. He's a candlestick.
Yeah, definitely.
You know, and he goes searching. He pulled a video. He'll pull a video. He did a video from the apostles, street speakers, yesterday
Uh-huh.
and did a lesson on a nigga that was on the comment board scoffing, talking about, oh wow, if the curse came on Adam and everybody, why not salvation come for
Yeah.
everybody?
And it's to the point where he make a video and 2 or 3 other brothers make the same videos, base their video on his video. So that's a candlestick right there.
Yeah, it's candlestick.
You like that stuff, we all see it now, you know what I'm saying?
You got videos of like complication TikTok videos,
Yeah.
Jay Scoffin and what they think about the Bible and stuff, and he just break it down like,
Yep. I'm searching. When you settled on your leads, that means you just got your feet kicked up, you ain't really tripping. And some brothers have that spirit of, oh, let's check on these dudes. Let me see how these dudes been, you know? Then they see, oh, these dudes been going off. You know, they go and searching with the candlesticks.
that's how Apostle Paul was. He would go to the camps that he established in those different regions in Asia Minor. He would often go back and check on them to see how they were doing. You know, see their progress in the truth, see if they were abounding or see if they wasn't. So that same spirit is in the truth as well. Amongst brothers. Beginning on with the apostles, there was a great ministry.
Yep.
It says in Zephaniah 1 and 12, and it shall come to pass at that time that I will search Jerusalem with candles and punish the men that are set up in the leads, that say in their heart, the Lord Yahweh will not do good, neither will he do evil.
Yeah, niggas saying that over the end can come in 1,000 years from now. Just had that unbelief and incredulity and the disbelief mindset.
Disbelief.
Romans 3 and 3, for what if some do not believe, shall their unbelief make the faith of Yahweh without effect.
Yeah, because you're going to have unbelievers in this thing. You're going to have people that believe that Esau is, who we call Esau, which is the so-called white man, is not evil like he was. And that there's no way he can have this society crumble. There's no way they'll let a famine happen. There's no way that they pushing out diseases and pestilence. There's no way war, I just don't see war coming here. You have people that believe that these Edomites have the best interest of this population. And those people will be against the Bible.
Romans 3 and 4 says, God forbid me to know, yet let Yahweh be true, and but every man a liar, as it is written, that thou mightest be justified in thy sayings, and mightest overcome when thou art judged. So, whether people believe or not, the prophecy of the Lord is still going to come to pass. Like we always say, just because you don't believe it don't mean it's not true. If you are in the spirit of unbelief, you're fulfilling prophecy as well. Being an unbeliever. Naysayer, naysayer. Going back to 2 Ezra 16. Second Ezra 16 and verse 19. Behold, famine and plague, tribulation and anguish are sent as scourges for a minute.
And these people not ready for that.
Correction.
And we see how these people are responding to job losses. You know, these people can't handle, a job loss. They can't handle, the fact that they've been putting in it's videos of people saying, put in 500 applications, I put in 1,000 applications. There's videos going around a month, 2 of being unemployed. Imagine that plus no food, and it's a new virus that's killing people going out.
Verse 2, for all these things they shall not turn from their wickedness, nor be always mindful of his works.
So when this time comes, there's gonna be people that's not gonna turn from their wickedness, man. Because they have hope in something else. They have belief in something else. They have belief it's gonna go, it's gonna go back to normal. But this is a time where the Lord is finna checkmate America, which is Babylon. Yep.
It says, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon earth, that they shall think themselves to be in a good case.
Those days gone. Shit is expensive now. Gas folks some out here. You know, there's videos coming out saying, you know, coaching people on how to grocery shop.
Oh yeah.
You know, which we've been dealing with that for years. You know, going to the grocery store, being very strategic on what you buy. But the point is, Edomites are doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because buying fast food now is becoming a luxury. You got a combo now is between $15 and $20.
Yeah, you spend $20, it's two of y'all. Or shit, you got a family of four. You, your wife, and you got two teenagers, man, that's $80 for lunch.
It says that they shall think themselves to be in good case, and even then shall evils go upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion.
So we can say that was like 2020. You know, we wasn't hearing about inflation, prices going up. You know, after that 2020 situation happened, prices then went up. We got to hearing about tariffs, inflation, hyperinflation, cost of everything going up. And evils have increased since then. It's been assassinations. It's been a lot of death. A lot of layoffs. A lot of scoffers. Motherfuckers scoffing against the truth. Different policies pushed out through the presidential administration, destroying people's lives. More homelessness. Disease is only, outbreaks at the food. With the food.
Even if you do live in an apartment, it's like living in an apartment. You might be having trouble with pipe issues and toilet flood.
Because these landlords is cutting corners.
They're not addressing the issue, they're not addressing the problem. You say they're just putting bandages on it. A temporary fix.
Yeah. You will constantly have problems if you're not addressing the situation.
But you expect the rent to be on time every month. But you're not on point with your
Your responsibility.
Yeah, your responsibility.
Hell no. And then they play the blame game. Oh, it's because of what y'all doing. Man, that apartment been there 20, over 50 years, bro. Y'all ain't did no upgrades to the pipe. I know that shit is rusted and corroded.
Yeah.
It's backed up. You know? And then we're in the era now where, you know, people are having to come together just because of the cost of living is up. So, you know, there's more people in those units. Because every unit up there is pretty much of people.
Father there, the mother there, they got like 4 daughters. Father probably touched on his own kids.
And you know they in there with the booty shorts on. TikTok dances. You already know, bro. One get on their period, they all on their period, and they just stuffing them tampons down there. Because them girls, I see them very little scary little damsels. They not coming out. You think they taking that bloody cloth
And running around with
and
it.
then coming all the way outside? Cause shit like that, you gotta throw away outside.
Yeah, you got to stag it and throw it away.
You know, they either flushing that shit down the toilet or doing or letting it pile up in the corner in the trash can.
Yeah, men are cleaning the woman. That's a fact.
Yeah, cause you go to a public bathroom, yeah, it smell like piss and shit or whatever. But that female bathroom, they fucking the disease, the blood, contamination of blood. And some bitches, they take that damn pad off and stole that shit.
Yeah, I seen some comments. I was down there for years. They all say the same thing. The woman's bathroom is dirtier than men's.
Yeah.
The stink more. When they come out, they look with all makeup on and dainty, and they should stink.
Yeah.
Going back to 2 Ezra 16, verse 22. For many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish of famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall the sword destroy.
So what does that tell us? If the prophecies are saying that many is gonna die by the famine, then that means these Edomites know that they're gonna be able to kill a lot of people with the lack of food.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like you gotta think perverted in a way to see how these devils would, you know, go about doing their part in prophecy. Esau will kill a lot of people with food, man. Well, with the lack of food. And with the sword.
Yep.
The military. Man, famine and military go hand in hand because people's gonna be looking for food, and then you're gonna need the military to protect the areas that do have a little food.
Yep.
Because it's not gonna be where it's like completely no food. It's gonna be food. It's just not gonna be at the level that people have been used to.
Yep.
You know, going to a store and it's fully shown, full
Stocked up.
storehouses.
Yep.
You know, like you said, it's just probably canned goods. You know?
So I remember when I believe it was Hurricane Harvey that hit. Like one of those years, all them hurricanes was hitting like every month.
Yeah.
I think it was like 2017. And Hurricane, I believe it was Hurricane Harvey. And one person that came out saying that the military, they're importing all the food and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
They
Yeah, I
eat
remember
good.
that.
They got, cooked food.
Yeah, that was Puerto Rico, Hurricane Irma, I believe. Yeah, it was a lady that came out and said that they're hoarding the food. Look, it's water over there. They're not even letting the water come out and give it to these people over here. So Esau gonna be hoarding that shit, man.
The military, they're provided with their satchels of food and stuff. The MREs, stuff like that. So they gotta make sure they provide food for the soldiers. So it makes sense that they will have all the food.
And just like what happened during the 70 AD, the Roman sieged Jerusalem, they sieged it, put bulwarks or siege works around Jerusalem, and they were able to control what goes in and comes out. So when Esau do this on a large scale here, man,
I think they call that a stockade. When they just push stuff in front of you and stop your food and everything from coming through the air.
so that's what's gonna happen. And there's your family. Motherfuckers gonna resort to eating their dogs, eating cat food. People gonna be eating dog food, old water. And these people that walk up walking down the street, they don't know what's
They
coming.
don't got a clue. They don't know what's coming.
You know? They experiencing the beginning of sorrows. It's
Yeah.
like, wow, what's going on? Things are happening. Like, but they hope is, you know, maybe the middle of 2026, maybe the end of 2026, maybe things will be a little better than now.
Yeah, that's stupid shit.
It's not going to be better.
Says verse 23 in 2nd Ezra 16, and the dead shall be cast out as dung, and there shall be no man to comfort them. For the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down.
So, people die in the family. Those that don't die in the family, the sword is going to destroy.
Yup.
And what it say here?
It says, and there shall be no man to comfort them. Verse 24, for many of them that dwell upon the earth shall perish in famine, and the other that escape the hunger shall be sure destroyed. Okay? The dead shall be cast out as dung.
And then you're going to have a lot of dead bodies out here.
Telling you.
It says, and there shall be no man to comfort them,
Nobody to bury these bodies.
for the earth shall be wasted, and the city shall be cast down.
Yo, the world as you know it just changed, bro.
Change. Yup.
It's like a third world country.
Yep.
It's like it's how I look to give brothers the scenery. It's like how it was on. Let's go further on. So there shall be no man left to till the earth and to sow it.
No jobs.
The trees shall give fruit, and who shall gather them?
So it shows you that it's going to be food. Trees going to bear fruit. But you're not going to have an economy where people is working and doing these different things to grab these things. That's the farmers. Farmers, they got trees. They got the apple trees, pears, strawberries. They send migrants there to go pluck it.
And you saw reporting on the migrants. Now they're not a lot of farmers like that. A lot of those farmers are really migrants.
Yeah. Because you don't see Edomite. You're not going to see an Edomite picking strawberries.
No.
They got too much pride for that.
They'll pick one or two for a salad. You know what I'm saying? But that's about it.
Only paying the migrants $50 a day.
Yeah.
And they think that's high level. Oh, I'm getting paid. Man, I ain't shit. That's why they hired them.
This is black fatigue right here. You should start experiencing black fatigue right now.
It's gonna be like laws like that for them.
Yep.
Like on the Iron Legend, the one that was on the Iron Legend. Look at Eli when they was on them bikes.
Yeah.
Like that. Second Ezra 16 and verse 26, the grapes shall ripen and the root shall tread them. For all places shall be desolate of men.
Man, and we see in the beginning of it, just with those deportations,
Yep.
we started to see Home Depot not having Issachar out there like
Nope.
that no more.
A couple of them, they.
You know, downtown Santee Alley, it ain't like I used to be back in the day. So imagine when some new policy come out, or if you ain't got the MOTV, you get found without it, we gotta treat you as a migrant.
Hostile.
And niggas would be put the fuck up, bro.
Yeah.
None of them niggas at the front of the liquor store,
Yep.
7-Eleven, none of that.
None of that.
And then you're gonna have men get drafted. You gotta go down there over there to the Middle East to go help defend your country.
Yep.
Says, so that, verse 27, so that one man shall desire to see another and to hear his voice.
Only sad time.
I'm just thinking about my little bro seen him 28 days later. He woke up in the hospital and he was like screaming out loud. And his voice was like echoing and stuff. And no one was answering. It was like zombies in the places, but there wasn't like no actual people. You could see him. He kept saying,
Hello, is anybody out there?
no response, just quiet. Yes.
I see women like that when all hell break loose. Them gonna be, because the apostle said Isaiah 4:1 include concubines. I see women like that, bro. They gonna be beating. They gonna be beating Israelite women to Israelite men, bro. That's a
Yeah.
fact.
Yep.
I was happy when you said that. I thought it was just the Israelite.
Yeah,
I was happy when I heard that. I'm like, man,
man.
that's
Because I
what's
want,
up.
man.
Yeah.
I want the Japhite, Polynesian women. Them women. I'm not talking about the ones that weigh 300 pounds. But some of them be cute. I want the slim, trim, Pacific Islander women, bro. They look like Asian mixed with Mexican. Like the Most High did that with a little flavor with them. I'm gonna make y'all look Asian and Mexican or Asian and Middle Eastern. Like you did that combination. Beautiful women.
Long hair, they can shake that thing.
There be a lot of them type in San Jose.
Like the
It's a lot.
like the one you had here.
Oh yeah. Them type, which I wouldn't want her. But that type, man, because remember she had a sister.
Yeah, she's the best.
Maggie.
Yeah, Maggie.
Beautiful. Samoan.
Always volleyball or something.
Man, they just, and in the way they built, they solid.
Yeah, they saw
Some nigga women, you grab them, like you can grab their whole ass cheek, like, shake it. It's like they loose.
Yeah.
Me, I like a firm type of. You know, every brother got his own taste, but like a firm type. And that's how the Samoans be.
So, Ezra 16 and 28, for of a city there shall be 10 left, and 2 of the field which shall hide themselves in the thick groves and in the clefts of the rocks.
People gonna be hiding, man. People gonna be going to the mountains hiding. Because it says major judgment is coming to these cities. So these cities is gonna be hot zones. So people gonna go to the rural areas, go to the San Bernardino areas, you know, different areas outside of LA. Because it's not gonna be, the cities is not gonna be where it's at. Because they can control you better.
Yep.
Turn the power grid off. Stop the water.
Yep.
Block the freeways. Because out there, like Lancaster, see over here, we can get up on the freeway quick. Freeways is like real close. But out there, you gotta drive 15, 20 minutes to get on the freeway. Like you can be in Rialto or Fontana somewhere. You get off the freeway, it's taking you 20, 25 minutes just to get to the goddamn address off the freeway. Here, you pretty much live by a freeway. If you live in LA, you live by the 91, 105, 405, the 10, 5 freeway, the 710. You live close to a freeway. But certain areas don't got it like that. So in these areas, you used to, oh shit, we can hop on the freeway, we out of here. All that shit gonna be cut off.
It says, as in the orchard of olives, upon every tree there are left 3 or 4 olives. Or as when a vineyard is gathered, there are left some clusters of them that diligently seek through the vineyard.
Yeah, when people go and harvest, they can always find something.
Even so, in those days there shall be left 3 or 4 left by them that search their homes with the sword.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a scarcity out there.
And the earth shall be laid waste, and the field thereof shall wax old, and her ways and all her paths shall grow full of thorns, because no man shall travel there.
Yeah, so it's gonna come a time where all this casual walk, we always talk about it, man. Casual walk, let me go get coffee with the family. It's a family outing, I'm gonna go walk the dog. That shit gonna change, man. There's gonna be so much crime out here. To where shit, it's best to be put up somewhere. It's best to be hiding somebody.
Yeah, everybody gonna be afraid of crime.
Especially these women. Especially these women. I'm seeing, because the heathen women is not as big as the nigger women. They be more petite and fragile. I see y'all women, especially the heathen Moabite women. You're not Mulan. You're not these characters on Disney that portray an Asian woman, being this great, powerful woman that can fight off grown-ass men. You're not them women.
Yeah, because when the Moabites seen Israelite men in power, they gonna flock to them. They gonna flock to them just like on that one scene, Rush Hour 2. Chris Tucker was dancing. Yeah. Dancing. That's how they gonna be flocking the Israelite men instead of the elect. Yeah. Leaving their husbands, joining two Israelite men.
Which that would be a doche.
Yeah, that would be a doche, but sorry. Their husbands that died, Jacob Struggle, they gonna be going towards Israelite men. Wow. It says, the virgin shall mourn having no bridegrooms, the woman shall mourn having no husbands, their daughters shall mourn having no husbands.
Yeah, because it's going to say, yeah, so this is the part of that reproach that we speak about concerning Isaiah 4:1. It's going to be a reproach for women because they're not going to have a hedge of protection.
In the war shall their bridegroom be destroyed.
So a lot of these men is going to get drafted.
That's a perfect scripture to validate. Men getting drafted. And their husbands shall perish of famine.
So you're going to have some men leaving their family behind. Was it saying, what is that, second Esdras 7, about a man, he'll put himself in a dangerous position to go get the spoils and bring it all to his love.
Yeah.
So you're going to have men, saying, oh yeah, stay back home, we'll go out there and get it, we'll do all this stuff. Trust me, we're not focused. Trust me, not just walk around with your face like that. Bitch, look at you. Like we're recording. Trust me, we do not want y'all like that. Psychopath, maniac, bitch, with the orange hair. Ain't walking like this. Meanwhile, Esau got you on all this shit, bro.
That's why we say.
I know you are.
That's why we say the nigga woman is not really with us.
Yeah.
That's in the world.
That's why that reproach is gonna come on y'all. Because once this shit fail, y'all gonna be trying to go back to Adam.
Yep.
But Adam got him a concubine. Adam got him a heathen. You know? Adam got him an Israelite woman that's in order.
Kind of like
Oh yeah.
Like that.
Yeah.
And I think about it, I was like, that was like a symbolic way because she was giving me hell.
Yeah.
And then she seen a new one. And you rejoicing, really counselors, died up. So the woman that left rose, the Lord would have them see the brothers again.
Yep, and they're gonna be way better.
Yep, and Jacob trust. And bro's gonna have a glow on them, had an aura on them.
Yep.
You know, and they're gonna be all like you said. That's crazy. I just thought about that right now.
Yep.
That's a beautiful
symbolic to interpretation, yeah.
You know, the Lord shows signs and stuff.
Yeah. And Akbar, I seen my ex last Sunday. You know how we finished camp a little early.
Right.
I got to the crib, chilled for a minute, and then I went to work. And I get to Target, and I'm pulling up into a handicap. You know, I'm handicapped. I park handicapped. And I get out, and I check the back, and I walk up, get the keys off the ignition, and I hear a faint voice saying, "Hey, Greg." I get out. I'm with my new wife.
Mm-hmm.
You know, she pregnant. She finna bust. You know? And I look. It's my ex-wife. She in the Tesla with the baby she had on.
Them big silver cars. That's not
We probably see it. No. No, she ain't in that. You'll see one pull up
Right.
in a couple of seconds. But I look, and it's her. And she didn't look good. She was in a new Tesla, but I perceived it was her brother's. But she had the baby in the back seat that she had on me. And I was like, hey, girl, you know, play it off, you know, play the car, because I ain't got no beef with you.
You ain't got no
bitch.
beef.
You know, your beef is with the Heavenly Father, you know? And as I'm talking to her, my new wife come around with the stomach, you know? And I was asking her
With
where
the
my
bun in
daughter
the
at.
oven.
Yeah. I was asking her where my daughter at. And she was like, oh, she's with my brother Naeem and yada, 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 and this and that. And I was like, oh, well, tell her that, you know, she got a brother on the way, and his name is Mighty Josiah. She was just like, okay, you know. And I was like, I'll be getting in touch with you. My daughter's so-called birthday is on the 25th. Because they know I don't do none of that. But I may just reach out, you know, hey, what's going on, you know. But I ain't seen her or talked to her since that situation. And the Lord, she was in one of these, this white one.
Okay. Yeah.
But great.
Got you.
But I ain't seen or talked to her in like 2 years. So that's how the baby is. Pretty baby. It was a girl. Pretty little
Right,
baby.
right.
You know. And I told her, you know, Zaya. And I tripped because all my kids got the same. All their names got the same. Like my first one is Samaya, Zaya, Josiah. You know? Yeah.
Sound real Hebraic.
Yeah.
That's what be happening more often, man. You know, because a lot of women gave brothers hell. You know, brothers always there for them to try to repair the relationship. adultery, or they left because of their family. Their family had influence over them. But this is gonna happen. This is Micah 7:10. Then she that is my enemy shall see it, and shame shall cover her, which said to me, where is Yahweh thy God? My eyes shall behold her. Now shall she be trodden down as a mire in the streets.
And a lot of women have that sentiment on this. Where's Yahweh thy power? Basically, if the Lord ain't dealing with you, you ain't a man of the Lord.
That Job's wife thing.
You ain't no prophet. All the stuff you be talking about ain't coming to pass. And then eventually, she's gonna run into some problems, man.
Brothers may have still forgave you for a lot.
But did the Heavenly Father forgive you? See, we just dust and ashes. We can, we can, all right, we can turn the cheek on something. We can forgive you, but it's the Heavenly Father who will forgive you.
Because the Lord don't take kindly if you offend his elect.
Yeah.
That's right.
And I seen all them hating bitches. I saw her mama, all of them. And it was so perfect how it was set up because I backed in, I parked side by side by her. I backed in and she's head in. So when I get out the car, she's right there. So it was through the spirit. And then after I said what's up to her, I'm walking into Target and I see her hating ass mama and her hating ass sister coming out.
I'm a witness to what he did for her family.
Oh yeah.
He always cooked for them.
Yep.
Always, even when her sister, one of her sisters,
Hospitality.
how we do it? Brother had one of her sisters come live with him for a while, because she didn't have a place to stay.
Yep. Man, I helped move them from different. They was always moving. At one time I had a white truck. This is before I met. Had a white truck and I would help. I would just do all kind of things to the spirit because I was just a cool dude, Cool dude. But they rewarded me evil for the good that I did. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I accept it because that was just a story, bro. That was just my lot. Have to deal with it. But the Lord had me come out victorious, bro. I could have went through. When that shit happened, bro, I was going to this bitch house whole time. She dealing with some nigga that was maniac, popping up. Nigga was pop up on her and my daughter at the grocery store. I was seeing her with black eyes and shit. I'm like, damn, what's up with you? Oh, I fell. And the bitch was getting her ass beat by the new guys, So it could have been a situation I'm over there, because these women don't tell you, bro. They got this one on the side, they got that one on, they don't tell you. You don't know. Could have been over there or something, and 4 o'clock in the morning, nigga, why you ain't answering the motherfucking phone? Here you are, you dumb as hell, going to who is this? And the nigga just, it's a nigga in there, he just put, you see it on the videos.
Oh yeah, that one video that Jake, he had kicked the door down.
Yeah.
Her boyfriend shot him.
Oh yeah, I seen that one.
Like an incident, like scenario like that.
Yep. I could have lost my life, or I could have did something and would have been in jail.
You lost your life still.
But through the spirit power, Yahweh Shema Shai, through all Yahweh Shema Shai, Lord put the spirit on me to eat that shit up and turn the cheek, bro. Right. That shit was not easy.
Fools wanted to stand on business the whole time.
That's a common thing they go through. A lot of men fail that.
I think that's the ultimate temptation for a man.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Yeah.
that's a temptation, like you said, a lot of men go through.
Lose their wits.
Huh?
Men lose their wits.
Yeah, oh yeah. And I thank the Heavenly Father, man, that he didn't have me to fold on that shit, bro.
But you know what, bro?
Yeah.
Almost we went. We went at one time when we was getting pizza, and I Issachar, I came and he was. I think he said lunch that us use.
Oh yeah. It
And
was
then-
after camp. We had went to the triple bean pizza.
Yeah.
On Sunset. Yep.
He said, woman, basically, this woman committed adultery on him. She was with another man, and you was giving good counsel and
Oh
stuff.
yeah.
So I look at that, the Lord, like
You put that energy.
Energy back,
See, that's
yeah.
what I'm saying. That's what I be telling my woman, and she be thinking I be on some strange shit, you know. But I be telling her, don't trip because this is a vibration that I'm putting out, so it can come back to me. You know, you may do something around somebody, and it's like, what the fuck are you doing? You know, you might all of a sudden be super nice to somebody, or you kind of go out your way to help somebody that you wouldn't normally. You might end up doing something that you wouldn't normally do, but it's just a spirit on you because it's like, I want to put this out. It's a perfect opportunity to put this out, this vibration out there, because I'm gonna need this to come back to me. You know. But basically, it was a dude, Northern Kingdom dude. You want to tell me something?
yeah. So one time after camp, we was at
Triple bean pizza on Sunset.
Triple bean pizza on Sunset, and then we was eating our pizza. We was standing outside. We really wasn't sitting down then. So he came across the street, and he was like a hood Issachar. But he was cool. You could tell he was cool with Southern Kingdom too.
Yeah.
And it was, long story short, he was saying, "Oh, my woman, you see the other man? She's with another man now."
And the dude, and they walked
And they
across the
walked,
street,
yeah.
and she was with her new dude.
And bro, like, did you this problem?
Okay, so what happened was, he was like, "Can you take me home?" And I was like, "Nah, I can't take you home, but I'll get you an Uber."
Yeah, that's what
You know, I got him an Uber. I told him, like, man, don't do nothing crazy. You know what I'm saying? Don't do no crazy stuff. So I ordered him an Uber, and while we was waiting on Uber, I got him a drink. You know? And he was finna crash out over that bitch. You know? But he was some gang banging Northern Kingdom thug dude. He was like, thanks, dude. You know how Northern Kingdom hood talk.
Nah, dog.
Yeah. He was like, look, I'm from such and such hood. You come to my hood, yeah, I got you. Don't worry. You come to my hood, I got you. You know what I'm saying? I was like, don't even trip, bro. You know? But I got an Uber through the spirit after camp. You know?
so that energy returned.
Yeah, like a way to escape.
No good deed goes unpunished. Trust me.
That was years ago. That probably was like 2020, 2022,
Yeah.
2021 around there.
Yeah. Yeah, so, you know, sometimes you got to put that vibration out there, bro, because you never know when you need it back.
They come back years later. That vibration can come back to you years later.
Yep. When you need it the most.
You need the most. Yeah.
Yep. And the Lord, you can do something, you can do what you think is insignificant, like, is outside looking at this, you know, like this is, you know, it'd be a big deal. It'd be a big deal, bro.
This is Psalms 35, verse 12. They awarded me evil for good to the spoiling of my soul.
And that's what they did, you know, because through the spirit part of Yahweh Hashem Al-Shai, the Lord never had child support touch me. Shit came close, came close,
Damn close. Came damn close.
came close, but the Lord never let it hit on me, you know. But it was because I did right by her, bro. You know? Which I'm not mad. I'm not none of that shit, bro. You know.
I was saying, I'm a witness to that too. Bro always cook. I would go to his house after camp.
Yep.
Bro always cook the food.
Yep.
Her family would come over sometimes. A lot of times they came over.
Yep.
Swimming in the swimming pool and talking shit.
Yep.
Bro was always cheerful giver to.
Yep.
Never asked him to bring stuff. Brought all the supplies.
All that, yep. And they all conspired to get Speed by hopping on her, telling her to leave and all that shit, bro. Now look. And she saw me happily ever after type shit, bro. You know? They couldn't say nothing about my woman. You know? Only thing they can say about my woman is a damn lie, you know? Or she's young. How old is she? She looks young. That's the only thing that they can say. Hater shit.
This is
Why do y'all watching those shots for delivering me from my enemies and my foes? But that's the benefit. That's one of the benefits, which is not about us, you know. But the Lord do show you through your trials and tribulations, you know, deliverances.
Yep.
You know.
every brother trial is tailor made for their walk.
Yeah.
But like what you went through, but another brother may have not been strong to go through that. Vice versa. This is
And you know what helps out with them situations? I ain't gonna lie. Having other women.
take mine. Take mine off.
Yeah. Most I know what he was doing by giving us permission to have other women.
Yep.
Because you're not like all, just like stocks.
Yeah.
If you have all your money into one stock and that shit collapse, what the fuck?
Yeah.
I lost everything.
Off the farm.
I lost everything I had.
Yeah.
But if you got like 7 different stocks and that money spread in one go, it's like, all right, whatever. I got these other ones. I'm gonna see what these other ones do. You know what I'm saying? You're not really tripping on that.
Yeah, because that was like a mourning stage you went through.
Yeah.
The Lord said He comes for those that mourn in Zion. So that's what the Lord did.
Yeah.
Give you another one. Quick too.
Yep.
Not too long. Not too long ago you met her.
Yep. Yep.
And it was the divine. How you met her?
Oh yeah, divine intervention. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
But our testimony, brothers go through, builds up your faith first and foremost, but other brothers' faith too.
Yeah.
Hey, Lord can do that for me.
Because I know after me, 2 other brothers went through the same shit.
Acting.
He was able to be there for those bros, you know? Shout out to those bros if they watching. But man, like you said, that's a common temptation, bro. That is a common temptation with these women. And you go through that all while still coming to camp, still doing your lessons during the week, still doing your studying, still doing your reading. You know, you're not acting a certain way towards bros because of what's going on in your personal life. You know, fuck these bitches, and you know what I'm saying. I'm just pretty much fuck everybody at this point. You know, some Jakes get in that, I don't trust nobody now. Fuck that, I don't trust nobody. After that situation, you know.
Not becoming bitter.
Yeah. Not becoming bitter to other women, because that shit happened with that bitch. You know, because you can have a situation that you could become bitter to all women. Bar on the street.
Well, they come to you first, bro.
The bar sharpened his Isaiah 4:1 sword. You know? But what I was saying.
Not to be bitter to the next.
Oh yeah. you have a fucked up relationship with this one, and then this, I don't trust none of these hoes. Which, yeah, of course. It takes a long time for you to build trust with a bitch. You know, but you can't have that just angry, grudging spirit towards every woman, you know? Because you gotta try the spirit.
You don't want to be aligned in your house.
Now, I will say this when it comes to dealing with women, when we set it in the car, and it's biblical. If you do got a woman, still act like you're single. That's what keep them. And Apostle Paul said, they that have wives, as though they had none.
Right.
Which means you got a woman, but you still got like a single man's mentality.
You know who I learned that? Remember Claudia?
Yeah.
I'll get it. She would know you can deal with other women, everything. She was still.
Bro, women naturally like that, bro. A woman don't want you to be heads over heels for her. They don't like that. Scares bitches off. Esau pushes that romance stuff. This guy is at her house.
Suffocating.
Hey, you know, you got the flower and the rose. You know, calling from the balcony. Women don't like that. Women like for you to be, as they say, as they say in the red pill world, like you got your purpose.
Yeah.
You know, you on your program, you focusing on your program, and you put her like second. You know, like you want to treat her like a side man. You know? Of course, there's an element of, you know, you doing particular things and all this stuff. You do give her good benevolence and show her affection and love, but it has to be with extreme balance. It's crazy. You gotta be like that. You know, as a man, you would think it shouldn't have to be like that, but women are just wired differently from men, bro. See, I told you she was gonna pass back by.
She was better.
There she goes.
Yeah, I like when women wear like big flowy clothes. That's the new era for women. Y'all need to get back to the ancient loose garbs where you can kind of slightly see the ass moving a little bit. You know what I'm saying? The kind of how you thinking like, damn, I wonder how the shape of that ass is, you know? Versus everything being tight. Like you leaving no imagination.
1 Corinthians 7:29. But this I say, brethren, the time is short, it remaineth, that both they that have wives be as though they had none.
Yeah. That's a precept that back it up.
That's what Paul was saying, you know, yeah, you still have one, but
Yeah.
act like you don't have one.
And like I said, what balance, of course, you're the husband. You know? You take care of her, you do all the things that a man would do for his woman, but you can't live your life like pursuing after her like you pursue after the
Suffocating
purpose. Yeah. Because one woman can't deal with the energy that a man puts out. That's why the Lord gave us the opportunity to have more. Now, every brother, like me right now, I've been turning down women. You know, I'm just cool with one. One is enough. You know, but some brothers, they may be able to deal with 2 and 3 and 4. I just can't do that right now.
It's like this like Jacob had Abraham had Sarah, and then later Sarah and Hagar, and later Sarah. Isaac, he had Rebecca.
Yeah, I just only have one.
Yeah.
Well, only the one we know of.
Yeah.
You know, because you could have had a concubine that wasn't worthy of being raped.
It's good to do have, you know, hella woman. According to what we read in scripture. Some men said Gideon had 70 sons of his
God of his body.
God of his body. So,
Yeah, I just can't juggle. Me right now, I can't juggle. You know, women require a lot of time. You gotta have time to hang out with them. You gotta have time to have sex with them. You gotta have time to lay up, pillow talk. You know, scripture speak about her that lieth in your bosom. You gotta lay it up with a woman for her to be, you know.
King Solomon.
Then you gotta read, study. You gotta have output and input. Input is the studying, the reading, and the looking up words. Then you gotta have the output. You gotta do the videos. Then you need your own time. Then you gotta have you some hustle. You gotta have your hustle. It's just too much to have a bunch of women in Babylon.
If those I can handle that, then y'all,
Yes.
I'll be burden me.
Yeah.
I need my space.
Yeah.
But some brothers be different. It's like Yahweh Shai said, we speak about some brothers can handle not being with a woman, and some brothers can't. But Matthew said because eunuchs.
Oh, okay. I don't know exactly what it says.
Matthew 19:12.
Oh yeah. Got another one? Man.
They never look.
Yeah. They like that grape.
Yeah, you got to be great.
This is Matthew 19:12. This is how it starts. There are some eunuchs which were so born from their mother's womb. So, born from their mother's womb means they have a birth defect, not having a rod.
Damn, so
So
that
that's-
actually happens, huh?
That's judgment. It says, and there are some eunuchs which are made of eunuchs of men. You know, you crack and war. A lot of men will get castrated from the opposing enemy, so they won't have children, or they'll make them become what's it called, chamberlains, and the
Eunuchs.
eunuchs to like take care of like certain virgin women.
Oh, harem state.
Yeah, harem.
Yeah.
So some men will be castrated so they won't, get that lust
Yeah.
to, have sex with a virgin. It says, and there be eunuchs which have made themselves eunuchs for the kingdom of heaven's sake. Meaning, some eunuchs out there that are just not going to deal with them. They can, but maybe the brother have had a lot of experiences in his life that he's just at the point where I don't even deal with them. Or some brothers just can't get it. On the flip side.
But
The
that's
Lord
a
gonna
blessing
give-
though. That's a blessing though, because these women snares and nets, bro. They playing psychological games because they live a life of psychological operations, bro. You know?
Yeah, that wears a man down.
Yeah.
Text. You gotta time to text and stuff. You gotta control the conversation.
And then some bitches you'll text them and it's like they want to play the I'm gonna text them back in like 2.5 hours
Right.
from now.
They say, sorry, I was busy. But every
Okay.
time you see her, she on her
On
phone.
the phone, bro. These bitches don't put their phones down for like 2.5 hours, bro. Midday.
But hey, like we were speaking, the same energy you give out, you're gonna get it right back. So, especially if you did it to the man of the Lord, like you was procrastinating on hitting the man of brother that's in the face that said he's led him. You know, he liked you, but you didn't really wasn't feeling him. Guess what? The Lord can have you see him in that day, and he got hella money. He looking down so.
Talking about you rolling up on a man, Lord, talking about, remember me? Them eating my salad. Yeah. Yeah, see a little back definition, she work out. A little back definition. Yeah, you don't need to be all buff and crazy, but that's cool right there. That tells me that she probably do some push-ups. She probably could do, a couple of push-ups. She can hang. See some ass thick down there. Tall, I wouldn't mind. But I'll wait till JT happen, bro. Cause like we saying, I'm not playing no psychological phone games, no psychological text message games, no psychological conversations. I'm not doing that shit, bitch. You either coming over here or not, bitch.
Or she don't tell you, like you gotta you had to find out if she had a man. Like, damn, she wasn't gonna tell him.
No. Yeah, I gotta deal with women in person, bitch.
Yeah.
All this phone shit and let me send a text. And then the bitch leaves you on red. I'm not dealing with this shit.
Or it may not, she's seen it, but she may not have opened the message. But you see her online, like green, you see it.
And it's just like, and it has you thinking all day about the shit.
Yeah.
Fuck that, bro.
Yeah.
I need my women in this little area. That's why I would need to be rich, bro. I would need to be crazy rich, like a blessing from Yahweh Shem Rashad. And I can store my women somewhere, bro. Y'all got your own little, you know what I'm saying? You know how you go to apartments?
All right, brother.
All right, now.
All right.
You know how you go to apartments, apartment A, apartment B, apartment C, and then D, E, F. I need that setup. Here, this you. This your one bedroom apartment right here. This you right here. And then I'll go over there with the key. And I can come holler at you if I need to come holler at you. I need that setup. I'm not dealing with this bitch stay across town. I don't know what the fuck this bitch doing that night. Don't know what guy she done let over here.
Yeah, long distance relationship.
Don't know if that kid in that belly is mine or not. I'm not playing that game, bro. I need all my women in like one building, bro. With the surveillance on it. and then they can sister wives and community and all that shit and y'all bitches can paint and
Yeah, that's
cook.
the thing. Like they don't like men have a lot of women, but when men have a lot of women, you have sister wives. You're able to,
Connect with your girl best friends. You know? Then y'all got children, y'all raising them together, and it just works out. And women love men that got a bunch of women. Chris Brown wouldn't have the following he had if he didn't have that aura on him that he can get a lot of women. You know?
These women, they take pictures with them and stuff. They paying them
Matter day.
$1,000
But you see how the clothes is flowy clothes, but you can still see she got something back there. You know? Now me, I don't do the dreads on the bitch. That's me. I'm not dealing with no twisted dreads, baby. You know? You can do the bordered hair with the scarf. Braided hair, the scarf, that looks good. I'm not doing no dreads on no bitch. I don't give a fuck how new they are. And she's lonely. She depending on sex toys. If she want to talk to somebody, she goes to ChatGPT. She wants a man, bro. She screams she needs a man, bro. It's a man right here. Get this brother right here. You know how to cook, smell smell good, dress nice, you know, you got a good conversation. Pretty sure he can take you somewhere. Get down.
They desperate. A lot of women desperate.
The end of
I
the
just-
Lord. Yeah.
Seeing a lot of women in the gym. I be seeing them looking.
Yeah.
Especially when you get the shape, man.
Yeah.
I experienced both sides, being in shape, being big. And you definitely, as a man, you definitely get way more attention when you slim.
Yeah, you get both sides.
Both
bro.
sides of
You
it.
get-
Yeah, both sides.
you get the love from the women, and then you get the hate from the men. Bro, I was at went to get some peanut butter, back on the peanut butter. I went and got some peanut butter from Spartan Final. There was these niggas in there, bro. They was like, what the fuck is you looking at me crazy for, bro? I'm in there, no dress. I rarely wear flip flops outside. I wear flip flops, sandals and shit. I'm super no threat, bro. Yeah, I like that. I like that too. The one that got me to be humble. She got me, bro.
How much was this? $20 one, right?
Yeah.
Give me another one.
All right.
This, I'm scared to touch it. It fell on me twice already.
I don't know. Wouldn't I get another one like that?
How
I
much
could have
that-
sworn we got this one to replace that one.
How much was this?
20.
Here. Get one of each or something.
Brother. Just
Get a new one.
double. Just need a dub.
All right.
Yeah. Water. Nah, y'all about to sorry about the thou. But you know what? We almost about done. You got like 2 more minutes. But yeah, to say all that, to say this, you know, Isaiah 4:1 is coming, but it's not just to fulfill your lust. It's for the sake of salvation. You know, the Lord is going to be pairing up men and with women for the sake of salvation and forwarding the kingdom. You know, women is going to be saved in childbearing, and it's not the time to get a woman. I mean, you can get one. The Lord can get you one, but this time, these women still got haughty spirits on them.
Yep.
You know, they still able to go to their social media and get a sucker to finance their lifestyle. You know, there's still government assistance programs that they can go over and get. You know, there's still things that these women can access in the society that promotes them to be prideful and lofty. Until the Lord start humbling this shit and bringing low this society, then that's when you're gonna see a mind shift change. We starting to see it now, but just like when you go to the club, which I don't go to the club, but when you will go to a club, you don't hop on the first woman that you see looking at you. You know, you kind of wait, you know, because it's more coming. You know, more women is coming, and then once all of them there, then you can pick and choose. You know, you go to the club and you get the first one there. Here it is. You stuck with this 6. When if you would have went there and waited, you could have got a 10. You know. So just be patient. You know, the Lord going, because you know some of us, we got to get certain things built up in us. You know. Some of us got to go through trials and tribulations to be able to deal with ordering women, you know, not being giving a woman some instructions and not being fazed by her beauty and how she look, you know, because sometimes you can be in the presence of a beautiful woman and kind of choke up like, you know, she's so beautiful and she's looking at you and she got the big white teeth, you know what I'm saying, the pretty eyes and pretty hair, and you gotta rebuke the bitch, but it's like, damn, I really don't wanna, you know? You gotta get past all that shit.
edified. Just keep, stay strong out there, keep enduring. And we're almost home. So that we give all praises and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Kakadash.
Double honors to the apostle, Elder Millstone, peace and blessings.